Hello everyone, my name's Cara, and we are back at Strange Horticulture, the plant shop that I've taken over and have begun getting more familiar with over time, and where we are identifying strange and magical plants and uncovering a mystery of sorts. We're about to come into day 5, this is episode 4, and I have promised that we will start with a certain task, but before we do, we have to draw our card. And actually, before we do that, we need to turn off the music volume because I am posting my playthrough on YouTube and the music is copyrighted. It does allow me to use it, but since the music is throughout the entire game, if there ever ends up being a copyright problem with that, it'll be the entire video's audio instead of just a portion of it here and there. So I'm going to turn the music all the way down. I might see if I can find a royalty-free version of something that sounds similar, like piano music, so that we still have the vibe. But the sound effects volume is here. I don't know if that means we'll still get the rain sound or not, but this is a very interesting card. First, our bit of story. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. And our card here, we're going to see more close up as soon as we get into game, but it has a little picture on it of a grave marker cross on a little hill with a leafless tree, and it's telling us about a person rather than just a plant. Day 5, Tuesday. So here is where we left off. Hi, Hellbore. That's awesome. You can really hear the purring without the music on in the background. I've never heard it that loud before. Let's open my drawer of stuff that's behind me here. The only thing that's in our letters is this that we had from the first day that we don't know what to do with yet. We got this invitation from Lady Elsbeth, who came to visit us yesterday. So I said that we would do that today, but perhaps first we do our card. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the everheart grows. So are we looking for her? Or are we looking for the grave? Or is this actually a clue to 2 locations in a way? Let me just water my plants here before we get started. Wow, the sound effects are so much louder now without the music constantly. Wow, like that. Okay, so let's pull out this card here. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. The abbey? There's one abbey in this whole area? But have we heard her singing in the abbey, is the question. Calder Abbey over here as the only abbey that I see. Castle to the northwest is Egremont Castle. Oh yeah, there is an E there. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. So someone lives alone there. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the everheart grows. And we know from our little scale down here that each square is a mile. Still don't know yet if we count this as 1. So is it 1, 2, 3, the everheart is here, or is it from here, 1, 2, 3, is over here? I also want to know if we're supposed to go see her, or just go to the thing. Let's click here first, assuming that we're supposed to find the everheart. And it's going to go away, which says that we've now utilized that, so maybe we're not supposed to go see her, but I want to know who she is. Is she the one that the whole story from day to day is about? All right, so B4 story. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. New plant. We've got to wait for this to come back before we can go travel anywhere else. Let's put things back in order, how we've been using them. I had arranged it before for the end of the video. So let's see one of our peeps. Faye Swift, tell us. Oh no. What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere. And that creature that stands over her shoulder, I almost feel like I can sense its desires. Oh no, did we make it worse? It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with our duenna's protection. I do not know if I am awake or asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. And now we want to give her worry less. Okay, so last time Faye came to us with disturbing visions that were unclear. We chose to give her Auguria to help clarify the visions, instead of the thing that would shut down her mental abilities completely, was kind of the implication. Of course, we don't know that for sure, but we made a choice there. So this is now what has happened. So we want worry less, which I remember getting the description of, but we don't know what it is for sure. Worry less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. And we have multiple anti-anxiety plants at this point, so there's probably other things that we could give her, but the game is telling us to give her worry less. So all we know is that the leaves maybe kind of sort of look like this, but it's about inhaling the smell of the flowers. So let's see. All of these over here have been identified. This tricky little... So those are the things that we already know. These are things that we don't know about yet. Ooh, and I've got quite a few of them. Let me just scoot some of these over. Now it does say the smell of the flowers, which tells us that it is a flowering plant. Some of the plants don't have flowers, so it wouldn't be that. This one here has a rather unpleasant scent. The leaves maybe sort of kind of could be that. This, probably not. This could be. Smells like sweet rhubarb. Okay, so the clues are getting... Oh, cream-colored flowers. They smell wonderful. Nice long leaves with a visible vein down the center. Could be that. They smell wonderful. Okay, could be that. These, no. They have a gentle scent, but those leaves don't look anything like that. Delicate scent, those don't really have big leaves. This is not it either. Stiff leaves, and they don't look like that. I could almost see it being this, but the drawing of the vein, even though the drawings are not supposed to be entirely what we look at, this does seem like it is most likely to be our culprit. Faye, I really hope this helps you. I didn't want to make you not a psychic anymore. I want to help you figure this out, not completely shut it down. Okay, plant identified. We get a book entry. Hop Heart, Cora ingens. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Firm leaves, you say? Stiff leaves, blue flowers. Could be that. Okay, and now we know this is worry less. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Okay, what was that? It was with an H. Hop Heart. Hop Heart. Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that drawing resembling that flower as well. Firm leaves lead to blue flowers. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that's Hop Heart, but we're putting it in purple since we don't know for sure. Oops, not Hope Heart. Although, good name. Okay, put that there. And now our will to explore has returned in full, so we should go to Scissor Castle to see Lord and Lady Elsbeth. So we are going here. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture. Ooh. Accidentally scrolling through my plants here. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize, but before I can stop to take a look, she's already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. "Don't forget these," Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. So we have 2 plants and a book entry. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. That is a wild looking plant. All right, our book entry is Fever Kiss, Febris osculum. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. I know which one you are. And then we've got our other new ones right there. Okay, so Fever Kiss. Wait, let's close our map. Open this. Fever Kiss. Red berries, pale leaves. Looks like this. Looks like this. Fever Kiss. And it gives an energy boost. Interesting. Put that there. And then, oh yeah, these new guys. This also looks very similar to that. This one that we just identified, this looks very similar, but with yellow berries and more olive greenish flowers. And I don't think we have anything else, like a clue about anything else that sort of looks like that. Bishop's parasol is a mushroom, so it's not those. With those we know. Caballia almost always contains 6 petals. Wait, have we gotten a new one since then that has 6 petals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not you. 4, 5. No, these are all the ones that we had before that I already counted. Let's put our watering can there just so it's closer. And I know that, like, there's nothing past that. Candlewood, we think we know what that is, but it's not confirmed. Common Trouse, we got, it's not entirely confirmed, but we got it from, wait, or is it confirmed? No, it would be, oh, it's not officially, like, it's not checked off because we haven't used it. So technically I should have made this a purple, but like, we got the note from Simone that said, I need this plant and I know exactly where to get it. And it was this. And Simone's gonna be back today. I believe it was 2 days ago. And she said I'll be back in 2 days for it because she had to go to Sedberg. I just finished editing the previous episode, by the way, before I'm now playing this one, so it's very fresh in my mind. It's not posted yet. You definitely haven't seen it yet by the time I'm recording this one, but I just finished editing it. So that's not confirmed, but we know what it is. Farmer's Worry is also a mushroom. Those we know. Gilded Dendra, we don't know for sure, but she's a baddie. That's the poison plant that's responsible for so much of this shit. And I'm not sure if it might be this. But anyway. Gray Sandfire, we know what it is, but haven't needed to use it yet. Henchuck, we know what it is. Same thing. Hop Heart. Lemon Dandy, those we know. Those we know. Those we know. Those we know. Look at all the check marks. It feels so nice. This, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. We don't know for sure, and it's also a dangerous plant, so I put a red tag on it. There's some other ones that, like, I think it's Meek Dew that will, like, irritate you if you touch it, but it's not, like, poisonous dangerous. So whereas this one says the fruits should not be ingested under any circumstances as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. So that one gets a red label. Those we know. Winter Boar we know but haven't confirmed. Witch Fig, don't know about this. Said to have many uses. Similar leaves to Fever Kiss, which it is often confused with. So is the new thing we just got Witch Fig? Because I did literally say it looks just like the other plant, which we just identified as Fever Kiss. Soaking up moisture, detecting the presence of certain compounds well liked by butterflies, but all we know about it here is that it has yellow berries. Well, let's just go ahead and put our purple label on it. I'm gonna actually put a question mark there though, because I'm even less certain about that one than the others, but it says that it's often confused with that right there. So, all right, I think we are kind of caught up to all of that. We have an exploration available, but we don't have anywhere we need to go. Unless we want to go visit that castle. I don't know if it'll do anything, though. We may as well. Let's just try going to this castle that it said that that person lives alone. And if not, it'll refill in a few minutes anyway. Yes! Okay. There might not be anything here, but at least we get some lore instead of it saying, there's nothing here. Egremont Castle. The crumbling ruins of Egremont Castle perch atop the hillside overlooking the village below. As I wander through the walled remnants, I'm reminded of the legend of the Egremont horn that once hung proudly above the castle gateway. Although long since lost, it is said that the mystical horn, when blown by a rightful heir, has the power to restore the castle to its former glory. And here is the artwork. Love that. Okay, so somebody lives here alone. We don't know who. That was cool. Okay, so at least there was something there to read instead of the one we clicked before randomly that was like, nothing here. Nothing to find, nothing to see here. Move along. All right, so let's pet Hellbore. Yes, thank you. Okay, who's next? Simone, I was just saying you were going to come back today. You're here for the trouse. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you, don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west, at least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Thank you, Simone. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Yes, I did indeed, friend. All right, Simone, our librarian friend. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg. Said he had something for us, but he looked stricken. Doesn't come to towns. He was headed west, looking for Winster Spring. Okay, cool. And she'll probably give us a letter after we give her the plant, but I am intrigued. Oh, this is checked off now because we did that, so I'm gonna put that in our archive. Can I open our archive and see? Oh yeah, look at that. Cute. That's so awesome. It's like pulling out a little drawer and pushing it back in. All right, so your common trouse, my dear, is here. Common trouse, and the reward is a note. All right, firstly, let's recolor our label here. Boom. Now it's confirmed. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near to the source of the river Winster, because he was looking for the spring. All right, here we go. Headed west from Sedberg, which Sedberg's over here. There's a lake. This is the River Sprint. Whoops. River Sprint, River Kent, River Gilpin, the River Winster, right here. If he was looking for the spring, that would be this. This is where it begins, right? And then it flows out into the larger river system. That's how rivers work, I think. So he's just a few miles south of here. Let's check it out. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between 2 boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. Down 2 over 3. From here? Aha! And I immediately got tokens to refill that. Okay, so we were here. And he said go down 2, like south 2, and east 3. Very close to Scissorg Castle, where we just were, and near the River Gilpin. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes, ho, 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 the man says. You must take this, take it, take it. At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Ho ho, it's no use to me anymore. Ho ho, no use. Don't forget the red, the red, the red, the red. Ho ho, Abani. I'm sure that he is quite mad. And we receive an item and a letter. What? That's cool. I knew there was going to have to be some other stuff that we get at some point because I do not know what to do with half of what we do have. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, we get instructions. Excellent. Okay, let's clean up our desk a little bit. This is done. Into the archive it goes. Map goes over here. This thing. Can I? Yeah, okay, if I right-click it, I can look at it more closely. But that's it. And then this, we will use our... Oh, the whole time I could have been right-clicking stuff and it zooms in a little bit. And then there's the magnifying glass to zoom in further. But even this is better. Glad I realized that now. It is said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Okay, so the extract of red ebony plant, when put into this device, will let us see magics that are otherwise invisible. Hell yeah. Maybe that's what we need to figure out what this thing is about that we've had since day one and don't know what to do with. Yeah. Oh shit, I need to be more careful that wasn't the right plant. I won't make that mistake again. Oh, okay. I knew that wasn't the plant extract that it needed. I was just wondering if we could use it to look at the plants, like just as a magnifying glass, but it increased my rising dread. So that's shitty. I don't want to do that again. How do I do less of that? Can I make that go back down? Okay, I'm just gonna put that in the drawer over there and go on about our day. I really hope that goes down over time. That scares me. I don't like that. It gives me rising dread. Conrad Stanway. I am not long for this world, and I've decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Cabalia, like a drear huntsman with their dranthium-covered tombs. Okay. Cabalia. Believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife, those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Almost always contains 6 petals. They wouldn't be asking for it if we didn't have it. Right, is what I've learned. But this isn't even one that I think I know what it is. Oh, I did find one. Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't find it before. Because we already found one that I thought was it. Soft purple with a sweet scent. 6 flowers. Okay. Earlier when I was looking through the other ones, I thought, oh no, none of them have 6. I forgot that I already suspected which one it was. Plant identified, and we get a book entry for Eyebright, Euphrasia officinalis. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it Loth after a long dead king, or Lotha after a long dead king, known to improve eyesight at night, even in the darkest places. There is a flower called Eyebright as well. Or at least a, common name, colloquial name of it. They're little itty-bitty tiny flowers. However, here, Eyebright, colorful thorns. I do know we've got a plant with colorful thorns. It's over here. Where have you gone? Here. No, those thorns are not colorful. But the other one I think we've already identified as something else. Yeah, this. That's the mellow glow. Okay. Yeah, all of those have been identified as something else, and they don't have thorns. All right, well, the only thing we currently have with thorns that is not identified yet is this, but I wouldn't call those brightly colored thorns. So I'm thinking we don't have a sample of this plant yet, and we will get it later. So let's bring in somebody else. Unknown. Oh my gosh, somebody showed up wearing a mask. Your reputation is growing, horticulturalist. I hear you're the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it's being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hop heart. Well, I do believe that I know what that is. It's this one right here. Your head feels like it's being torn in two. 'Cause what does hop heart do again? We just met this one. Inhaling smoke from burning the leaves can provide pain relief. Okay, so just like general pain relief. Oh, but this is a character who now shows up here. The woman in the jade mask. Didn't somebody else say something about that? Little is known about the mysterious woman in the jade mask. She's occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanor. Was it Simone who just said something about her? Met a strange man. Did Verona say something about her? No, that was about a little boy. Wait, Faye has been seeing her. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask. Next to her, a terrifying skeletal creature. No discernible face. The camphor's helping me sleep and I'm grateful, but the visions are strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I don't know why. And that presence is always there behind her. Feels like a warning. What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere and that creature over her shoulder. It's afraid of the sisterhood. And now we've met the woman in the jade mask. So this is an actual person and not just a thing that Faye has been envisioning. So interesting. Well, there's that for you then. Copper Caledonian Eris agaricum. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not part of the plant. Okay, and that was Copper Caledonian, which I am guessing is this. A mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. We've had that since like day one, I feel like. Copper Caledonian. Suspected. Okay. We don't have a clue here about where to find red ebony. So we don't have anywhere else that we know we need to go. So next client. Verona! Hello, darling. Reuben Ward has called on my unique expertise to aid in his investigation at the Swinside Stone Circle. Yes, Reuben Ward, the investigator. Unique expertise, huh? He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Gave it a good long thought, actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they've found something juicy down there. Signs of ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do with some witch fig to take with me. Always comes in useful. She might be the one who told us about witch fig. That would make an amount of sense. Witch fig is the thing that we thought might be this guy right here. Often confused with feverkiss, or whatever that's called. Feverkiss? Yeah. Alright, witch fig identified. Good to see you, Verona, darling, now that I know who you are after forgetting immediately in the last episode. Jacob's Worth, Dignitas Jacobi. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's Worth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said they will point the way toward any person you wish to locate, and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out on the fells. Jacob's Worth. Yeah, those leaves, even just from that sketch, look familiar. Sort of like... no... these. No, perhaps not. Not those. These? Yeah, more like these. Oh, I don't think I looked at this one under the thing before. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and say that is probably... oops. Hello. That is probably Jacob's Worth. Beautiful. Put you up there. These are all my unidentified plant objects. Great. Again, we have nowhere new to explore, so we just have to get our next person in here. Isidore Burbage. I do feel I've met you before, sir. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be, especially with that damn cat still here. Ah, yes, you don't like the cat. I need some bishop's parasol for a work-related matter. You are the barrister. Indeed. You can't see because his card is just behind my face cam. He is back there, so there's a couple cards that are hidden. But yes, indeed, we have met him before. And he is not a very pleasant man. We also could have made his life hell last time by giving him a plant that would make his problem worse, and we decided to be nice. So, maybe calm your shit, Burbage. You want Bishop's parasol for a work-related matter. We think that's this. It's the one that seeps white liquid. And what's it for? Feeds on any light that gets close to it, seems to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. And the fluid can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pain. Well, alright, here you go. This is what I'm pretty sure what it is. There you go, Burbage. That's the end of our day, and we got a new book entry. Royal Gentilia, Cesare Rosea, sometimes called Everheart. The pink flowers of the Royal Gentilia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of swift snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentilia, sometimes called Everheart. And that is what our clue told us we were getting earlier when we got this lovely plant. So this is Royal Gentilia, parentheses, Everheart. Because that's quite a different name, enough that I want to remember both names. It's not like the Mount Cap, Sunset Mount Cap, Stinking Mount Cap, right? That's a similar enough name. So, it has been under an hour, and that is the end of our day. I feel like I want to play another day. These episodes are a little bit longer, perhaps. I do cut out when there's just like an extremely long pause, but really most of what I'm recording is ending up in the videos because there's not a lot of pause. It's just like if I'm looking through all of the plants or flipping through all of the pages for some reason. So these episodes are a little bit longer. Maybe once we get further on and there's like a lot going on in an episode, it'll make more sense to do less, but I think we go ahead and do another day. I don't know how long this game is. I don't know how many days it's gonna be. It could, like, once things start falling into place, it all goes quickly. So we'll see. Let's end our day and draw our card for the next one. Ooh. Not long after, the girl left home. Her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. I wonder if are we gonna get like a whole moon phase out of this? In which case, we're either halfway there if this is leading up to a culmination at the full moon, or if it's a whole moon phase, we're a quarter of the way there if it's gonna get back around to a dark moon. I'm overthinking, I'm just curious. We will read that more closely when we get in here. Day 6, Wednesday. And the rain sound effects are here, even with the music turned down. So that's lovely. Oh, a storm. Okay, so here we have the old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current floating gently southwards to the fork. The old man of Coniston. The old man of Coniston. Oh, I just saw it immediately there. It's the name of a mountain. The old man looks out across what is just called Coniston Water. It's not called a lake, it's just called Coniston Water. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. Well, this is the first fork south of Coniston Water. That's it. Whoosh. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. Is that why it's storming right now? The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I am soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Oh, they're pretty. They're both kind of lavender-like or hyacinth-like a little bit, that one. This one here, light purple flowers. The smell is alluring. Lavender vibes. Dark purple flowers. That's what we get to know about those. And I don't know if, well, we think we know what that is. Thin stems, tall leaves. We think we know what that is. Neither of those have colorful thorns. That's a mushroom. We think we know what that one is. Yeah, I don't have any entries currently that would make me think it's either of those. Hi, Hellbore. Hello, happy Wednesday. Eleanor Bramer. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. I've drawn you a map in case you decide it's worth your time. Okay, thanks, Eleanor. You know who we haven't seen all day yesterday and not so far today is our postal worker, David. He usually brings us a letter every day. But I guess we've been seeing Simone, and Simone was one of the people sending us letters, and she's just been coming by herself. What about Amos? Amos Duncan. Anyway, oh good, a little map. I love a little map. Give me this. Alright, so this is a drawing of, oh, it looks like probably over here. Looks like it could be this. Oh, maybe not though. Well, I mean it is a drawing and not an exact thing like we got before. But this is a whole lake or ocean. And it's not like up here. It's not that. So it's gotta be over here. It's gotta be this. Yeah, this is definitely this situation here. The drawing is not to scale, so that makes it a little difficult. Well, it is kind of to scale, isn't it? It is a little bit to scale. Not a bad job there, Eleanor. There it is. See, this part of the coastline is not exactly lined up, but I mean, I think it's enough that, like, that goes there for sure. So what would that be? That would be 2... But is it E or F? Probably F, because I feel like it's meant to go down a bit further. F2. The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I'm overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. AKA winter boar, which is our blue-green flowers. Where are you, love? Oh, right there. The blue winter saves my skin, but the swirling mass of insects is so thick in places it's hard to see. At length I come across what I came for and hurry away. So let's get our book entry from identifying the plant correctly. Geranthium, mens fortis. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Geranthium as green eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Okay, and the new plant we have just gotten is this. Those are some pretty colorful thorns, I might say. So is that our eyebright? Colorful thorns? Okay, and then this is checked off. Put that in the archive. La 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 la. what did we just identify for sure? Winter boar. There we go. Yellow. Confirmed. And then this is the new thing, and then this is what I think that probably is. You here. Brightly colored thorns have a venom that will cause a severe pain for several days. Thorns look menacing. I'm staying well clear of them. Only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it Letha, after a long dead king. Only grows in the south. I mean, define the south, right? Because we just got it from up here. Like, the south of what? We don't know how much further north this land goes. We only have Undermere and the surrounding area. Anyway, so this is probably Eyebright. I'm gonna put a question mark with it. Even though the purple already implies that it's not for certain, I'm even less certain about some. And Geranthium is the new one we just got. The entry. Long, sharp leaves. Could it be you that we just got with the dark purple flowers? Those are pretty long and sharp. That's the only one we have right now that has long, sharp leaves that is not already probably identified. Well, even the other probable things we have are not really long, sharp leaves, but we'll see. Maybe we get something else longer and sharper. We still don't know what red ebony is yet. Oh, but thankfully our rising dread has gone back down. I didn't even think to look at that until just now. Thank the gods! And Hellbore. Thank Hellbore. Next, Bethany, our sister from the Sisterhood. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Arda was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. The temporary acting Arda is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. True, and I'm pretty sure we just got some. It's all rather convenient that we keep just acquiring these plants right before somebody needs it. It's very well crafted. Good job, devs. I'm enjoying it. Jacob's Worth, this one, that the leaves have a mind of their own and they point in the way of who you want to find. Yeah, it's a very cool looking plant. Please go let me know how that works, Bethany. Identified, and a new book entry, Solomon's Scepter, Virgamus Infernum, also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate, and sometimes Solomon's Scorn. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Okay, hold on a second. Witchcraft and other satanic practices implies that witchcraft is inherently a satanic practice, which is untrue. As a witch, just gonna say that. There are satanic witches. There are also Satanists who are not witches, and there are witches who are not Satanists. If the word satanic here is meant to refer to, like, practices thought by many to be in cahoots with the devil, then yeah, sure, even if we're not actually doing that, that is historically what many people think witchcraft is, so I get that, but yeah, the wording of this implying that all witchcraft is inherently satanic witchcraft, just... Anyway, you know you're gonna get that little bit of witchcraft education from me when I am playing games, because that is what I do. But also, in a fictional world, in a story, clearly we know that people here do not all trust the witches. So what whoever wrote this book thought about witches may or may not be true of the witches in this game or in the real world. Many sweet-smelling small flowers. Solomon's Scepter, aka Hell's Gate. It just says the flowers are commonly used in witchcraft and other practices, and that they smell sweet. It doesn't say what they're used for, which I find interesting. Many sweet-smelling small flowers. This just says dark purple flowers, and they don't look like that, but it could be. This one, This one. This one. The smell is alluring, light purple flowers. Okay, yeah, scepter, because it's like a long, thin stem. Okay, so probably that. The thing that I was like, oh, lavender vibes. It says, no, this is Hell's Gate. Alright, so there is that. And who have we next? Arthur Cook. Don't know that I've seen you before. It's my wife's birthday, and I wanted to get her something special. There was a plant that she used to love as a child, but she hasn't been able to find any in years. It's sort of bulb-like and has a strong smell to it, but strong in a good way. And, oh, the flower is more like lots of little flowers. Bulb-like, strong smell, lots of little flowers. Lots of little flowers. It could be this. Flowers have a delicate scent, so not a strong smell, and those aren't really florets. Could be this. Doesn't tell us anything about the scent. Kind of bulb-like. A rather unpleasant scent, we think. And he is saying it's strong in a good way. And the flowers are more like lots of little flowers. That's not what that's about. Oh, is it maybe camphor? Yeah, the flower is lots of little flowers. It's bulb-like, pungent but not unpleasant. He might be talking about forest camphor, which is something that we've already identified and used before. So, and then the other bulb-like thing we have is henchuck. That has fruits, not florets. This thing doesn't have any flowers. These are not bulb-like. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess he's talking about forest camphor. Whoops. And it is a lovely flower. Yeah, okay. Identified, but we've already identified that plant before. We've used it before, so we don't get a reward for it. We just helped our guy find what he needed to find. Let's give Hellbore a little pet. Yes, your body. Yes, your body. Okay. Next. Ennis Aylford. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. Oh, this is a new character guy. Okay, what we got here? The cultist. Alright. I don't know why I gave him a vaguely almost Scottish. It just sort of came out. Praise the Dendru. A man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption. He grew up in nearby Gosforth, but it's rumored that he spent some time living in Rydal Cave. Not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came to Undermere, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendru. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us, he says. He's also wearing this little pin. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a letter, okay, and that flower is also on the seal. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the symbol of the cultists, as well as a thing with the symbol of the Sisterhood of Arduina in our archive there. So, represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sadgill Church before Friday. Dinna make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. To let us know we can count on you. Leave a single St. John's poppy outside Sadgill Church before Friday. I don't want to be friends with cultists, but I guess, like, the way to survive in this situation is to just do what we need to do for everybody, right? Like, we didn't kill the barrister with that one plant, or I don't know if it would have killed him, but, you know, we didn't, like, make his life worse and piss him off. We're just like, hey, we're here to help everybody. I don't know anything about the Seeds of Redemption other than the fact that you're being called a cult. But to be fair, the Sisterhood of Arduina, other people probably consider them a cult. And they could be called the Cult of Arduina, because that means the following. They follow a Celtic goddess. Okay, well, this is our St. John's poppy. It's one of the first things we identified. So we gotta go there before Friday. We gotta go to the Sadgill Church and leave a thing there before Friday. We could just go do that now. Or we could wait. Sadgill Church. Where even are you? Sadgill, okay. Sadgull's up there. By Tarncraig. The Daughter's Stone Circle! Can I just go explore? I want to go some of these places. Oh, I don't know if I want to do it right away. I'm just going to let it sit there. I mean, for storyline purposes, like, we will. But he said we have to do it by Friday. We've got time. Let's see who else is here. Verona! I love Verona. I've returned from Swinside. I must admit I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the Stone Circle. The Stone Circle! Is that by Swinside? Or there's another Stone Circle. There's probably more than one. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though. Grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of the gilded dendra. Oh my good gracious. You're telling me I've had it the whole time? Oh, I think it is this. Or do I go to Sadgill, leave the poppy, and I get gilded dendra from there because there's something going on with the cult and the poisonous plant? Fingers ache from handling the plant. All we know about gilded dendra is what the leaves kind of look like and that it's poisonous as hell. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent, even touching the leaves can be painful. My fingers ache from handling it. The leaves kind of look like that. It probably is that, and I've thought it for a long time, but then I also thought maybe it wasn't. Verona will tell me. Okay. Yeah, it's that, and I've known it the whole time. Maiden's Sorrow is the new thing, and I didn't mean to click that. I was just trying to move it out of the way, but that's not how that works. So Maiden's Sorrow, let's just pull that up, but I want to... Actually, that gets red. That gets a red label because she is poisonous. Gilded Dendra. Hella poisonous. Alright, Maiden's Sorrow. Oh! Is that you? Is that you? We're going back to plants that we've known about and things that we've had since day one? Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant. Oh, Maiden's Sorrow, Dolores spinatum. 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 Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend it its name. Maiden's Sorrow. The flowers droop mournfully, and it has thorns along its stem, soft leaves, a single pink flower that smells pleasant. Doesn't say anything about the leaves, but it's a droopy flower. The rest of these are all confirmed. Yeah, nothing else looks quite like that, so I'm guessing that's this. Maiden's Sorrow. And is there any other... No other names given for that right now. These mushrooms haven't come up in a while either. Okay, who else we got? Anne Wood. My aunt died 2 weeks ago, and I inherited her house. I've been sifting through her possessions, and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic, I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? And you want Royal Gentian, which is also Everheart. Because why? What does this do that's useful for you? One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare. Alright, there you go. Identified, and a new book entry, and that's the end of our day. Elderfinium Major Corridalis. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. That is the thing that gilded dendra does. It has an intoxicating scent similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Okay, that's huge. The Sisterhood needs that. Elderfinium. And then we just confirmed this, so we're going to make that yellow. That has been used successfully. scoot some of our other... Alright, so these ones are confirmed, but also... This one's not confirmed. That is confirmed and poisonous, so we're putting her all the way over in the corner. You're not confirmed yet. These are not confirmed, and also I don't even have a guess about those yet. Oh wait, didn't we just give Verona some witch fig? No, she asked for gilded dendra. The time before that, she wanted witch fig. Yeah, so we gave her witch fig. So that is confirmed. I forgot to update that. That's confirmed. Elder Finium. The petals of this flower can be brewed, da-da-da-da. Intoxicating scent similar to Solomon's scepter. Similar to Solomon's scepter. This just says the smell is alluring, but does it look anything like that? No. A rather unpleasant scent, so probably not that one. Sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey. Gentle scent. That could be those flowers. So I don't know. There's a couple things that could be. I'm not going to make a guess at that yet. All right, well, that's the end of our day. So that's the end of this episode. I have been recording for almost an hour and a half. Should we go ahead and do the poppy now? Or do we do it tomorrow? Let's go ahead and do it now. So it's a nice little cliffhanger, and also maybe we get something else out of it right now. Sadgill Church. We're bringing our poppy. Church isn't hard to find in the small hamlet of Sadgill. This must be the place. St. John's Poppy. So I imagine this is another one of the different tracks that this story can take, is that if I chose to just not bring this by Friday, it would be telling them that they can't count on us, and maybe they would be more antagonistic for the rest. I don't, it doesn't just go away, I'm sure. It's not just an opportunity missed. They've been watching and they said don't make the mistake of ignoring, so this is another big, yeah. Okay, so nothing else happened yet. It's just, we've done the thing. Okay. We've done the thing. The thing is done. I might go ahead and play the next episode now, so I will find out what's gonna happen, and you'll find out in about 2 weeks, because I've been uploading games videos every week for a little while. We'll see. It doesn't always stay consistent, but I've been alternating this with another game, so it'll be at least 2 weeks until you see the next one. Kind of an exciting cliffhanger, except for any of you who may have played this game before and know what's coming. Let me know in the comments if any of you watching have played this before. I do also have the sequel, Strange Antiquities, so we'll be playing that at some point after. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and or listening along here at Strange Horticulture. I'm loving this game. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I'm nervous that it won't be as long as I think it might be, because I'm just really enjoying it and I want there to be more. But I need to forget about that and just enjoy the game. So I will see you next time, and until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.